Hello everyone, I'm Griff, and today we are going to be going over the new event that is going to be starting on the 13th at reset. It's called the Summertime Saviors, and it features Patia and Makoto. So as you can see on the screen right now, we have a Makoto with a surfboard and a Patia in a summer dress. This event was, it was actually leaked the night before this was tweeted, so it was leaked on the 9th, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. There was, whenever the update came out, this was in the game, but I didn't want to make a video on it because I didn't want to spoil anyone, but now this is out in the game, and I didn't think there was even enough to make a video just on this and my impressions of it, but now we have a bit more information, so I can make a full video on it. I'll make a video about the event as a whole, my thoughts on it since it's a new event type as a whole for the game. And whenever the banner comes out, I will make a video on the two of these. I was originally going to share my thoughts on what the two of them were going to be. Originally, I thought Makoto was going to be like a wind axe, and I thought Patia was going to be a light sword, but actually in one of the teaser images, we actually see what weapon type Patia is, and we also see the two types of the event. So, we'll have to see if my predictions were correct. But to start, the Summertime Savior event starts on July 12th at 11 p.m., which is reset on the 13th at my time. Defend your gate on the waves of encroaching enemies in this limited time event. Repel the Diurnal Empire's invasion and win the peace for New Iberia. And we're going to click the news so we can go to the website. This says a new event, Summertime Savior, will start on June 13th. It's a limited time event where you defend your gate against defeating horns and attacking enemies. So, it's going to be a defensive battle type event. This is one of the new events that they teased in the, I believe, 18th month Regalia Digest. It was either that or the 1-year anniversary. I can't remember which off the top of my head. But they said they were going to have new events going forward. This is the opposite event of the Linnea and Nadine's United Front. So it's going to sort of work in a similar way, but it is a defensive battle type event. So if you played the Fae event, it's going to work just like that. And we're going to get to see a little screenshot of that later. The Diurnal Empire is assaulting ... the beach. They're ousting all the innocent surfers and sunbathers just so they can have their own private vacation. Makoto, Patia, you must defend New Iberia's emerging tourism industry. Kind of an interesting idea with the whole situation in the world that's currently going on, defending the beach. I think it's very funny though. And I'm really excited that Makoto and Patia are the two focus units. A lot of people are saying Makoto looks a little weird. I do see that. His face looks a little weird, but I'm glad he's getting an alt. He's one of the only 5-star starting units that never got an alt. The only one other than him now is Hawk. But Hawk has also gotten a 70 MC, so Makoto was kind of neglected for forever since launch, really, and now he's getting some shine again. And Patia, one of the more popular 4-star characters, is probably going to get a 5-star alt. So that's pretty good. As far as the in-game teaser goes, we can just see it says Summertime Savers, the Diurnal Empire assaulting the beach. It says the exact same thing that it says in this notice, so I won't reread it. As you see, clear quests, earn event-specific items, then trade them for treasure. So this is the exact same page that we got for Nadine and Linnea's United Front. So it's going to be the exact same type of event that works in that way, but instead of having the onslaught battles, it's going to be defensive battles. And then down here it says defend to defend the gate, clear the event quest, and defend the gate to achieve glory. So probably the glory system again. Hopefully not 2 million this time, but it could be 2 million again, I don't know. The good thing about this event is that this event is not solo only, so it won't be as hard. It won't be such a tax on your honey supplies. You can probably split up between honey and wings, so it won't be as bad. But if you notice, these are water units, so my original thought was, okay, this is probably going to be a wind event since the Nadine and Linnea was a flame and shadow event. This is probably going to be wind. And then I thought, okay, well, if it's going to be wind, and wind is the opposite of flame, maybe we'll get light, and it will be the opposite of shadow. So I thought it was going to be wind light. And I thought, as I said, Makoto was going to be a wind axe, and Patia would be a light sword. I don't know, it just seemed like Makoto with a surfboard would kind of be like a stronger weapon type, and Patia didn't seem to have much on her at all, so I thought maybe she'd be a quicker one. But as we look at this one right here, which was announced today, in the upcoming Savory Time event, you can face off against powerful enemies in the co-op defensive battle quest. Be sure to defend the gate from oncoming enemies and collect glory to earn items to unlock shared skills. So as you see here, not only does it show light and shadow tombs, which literally says earn light and shadow tombs that can be shared, that can unlock shared skills for light and shadow attuned adventurers. There's also Valix here, which seems he's like going to be a boss, but there's also a group of enemies over here, and if you notice, there's 2 shadow adventurers, and then there's Summer Patia, and Patia is holding a shadow axe. So yes, Patia is going to be a shadow axe unit. Some other interesting things about the screenshot. There is a flame enemy right here, so that's kind of interesting, especially since they're saying you're going to get light and shadow tones, but there's a flame enemy right there, and there's also a shadow enemy right there. So, I don't know. Valix is traditionally a light unit in the story, which makes sense since we're using a bunch of shadow units here. Also, you can see the map up here, and the map is one of these gigantic sprawling landscapes. Now, this looks very similar to the Fae map, the Fae Part 1 map. Like, it looks extremely similar. It might just be reusing that. If it is reusing that, I don't have a major issue because I actually really like that map compared to the Fae Part 2 event map. I thought the first one was better. I thought the houses were better. But you can see it here. And I guess it's a little different because the Fae map had an area up here as well with a house. So, not exactly the same, but sort of a similar layout. As you can see, right above the U, there is this white block. This white block usually indicates a bridge, so you're going to have to attack something to put that down. So all in all, it looks like an interesting event just from the screenshot. I'm happy to see Valix. I thought Valix was going to end up being the a boss in the Agato Uprising, but that actually wasn't the case. And so, yeah, I'm glad he's here though. I'm glad they're putting the family members into the story and into the events. I'm gonna click this quickly. I don't know if this does anything other than, yeah, this just leads back to this page. Okay, that's what I thought. But yeah, we do have a Valix boss fight at least, and we know this is co-op, and we know that this is Shadow and Light. So prepare those Shadow and Light teams. Should be a blast. The next thing that they tweeted, and this is the last thing for today, but it does bring up an interesting point. It doesn't look like it has that much on it at first. But this just says you can join all new story in the Summertime Favorite event, which starts on July 12th, 11 p.m., which is reset on the 13th. Makoto Patia, you must defend the emerging tourist industry. So, this shows 3 segments of the stories. I'm going to go from least interesting in my eyes to most interesting. The least interesting to me is Makoto. It was quite the novel experience. Even having attended Revelation, I would have never have thought up the likes of best of 3 cat surfing, watermelon smashing. So, he seems to be surprised that he's even here doing this at all, which is kind of funny. A lot of people were saying that Makoto really didn't fit the summer vibe. I didn't 100% agree with that, because in my eyes, I don't think anyone really does or doesn't fit the summer vibe. I think anyone can have a summer unit, and it really makes sense for like most units, honestly. So it'll be interesting. I'm guessing he's gonna be light. I still don't know what weapon type he's gonna be. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Next, the soldiers. Hey, we're risking our lives out there while you lot frolic and cadaver on the beach. Well, now it's our turn for some fun. It's kind of interesting to see them just want a vacation in general, want to, you know, sort of like just relax and stuff. Very interesting. And then Patia says, "Behold, beach volleyball. Let us see if your fleet feet will avail you here, sir." So, just looking at this doesn't seem to have anything interesting in it, other than her saying "sir" at the end. And Patia usually only says "sir" when she's talking to Uden or she's talking to Leaf, who is her like mentor, who is her sort of like, no, I won't say boss, but he's the leader of the White Sparrows and she's the commander of the White Sparrows. So, interestingly, we have not seen any information about the banner yet, and the Linnea and Nadine banner did not have any new 4 stars on it. However, with this, there is a possibility we could get a 4-star Summer Leaf. I don't know how likely that is, especially since Leaf's a new unit. It might not happen at all, but I think it would be an interesting idea. But that's all we really know about this event. I'm looking forward to this event. Expect a video going over how this event will work, how my impressions of it, if I like it, as opposed to Nadine and Leia, what they fixed about it, if they did fix anything. And then also expect a banner preview whenever that comes out. It will either come out tomorrow at reset, or it will come out on the 14th, because the current banner, the Water Focus, ends on the 15th. So expect to see those. But yeah, that's going to be all it from me today. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.